Brian Mudd Show is on News Radio 610 WIOD.
Joel Patterson, workplace expert, is this was an interesting dynamic. It was kind of like an oh yeah moment, because usually you have a lot of folks that call out. We always hear about the lack of productivity in the workplace with the NCAA tournament, but with so many folks working from home, that makes it a whole lot easier. How you doing, Joel?
I'm doing well today. How about yourself?
Yeah, likewise. And so interesting thing. Something that came to mind is that, we usually will have the NCAA tournament, the day one of the tournament, the full day one that takes place on a Thursday, and then the full day two as part of the first round that takes place on Friday. So I suppose in that regard, employers are doing a little bit better, actually.
Yeah, they're splitting the time, really, when you think about it. But, they still put together estimates of what it costs companies whenever the March Madness tournament is going on. And for 2019, obviously we didn't have it last year, but for 2019, I'm not sure how they estimate this, but they say it costs U.S. employers over $13 billion. So it's a significant cost and something to look at when you're taking kind of employee engagement into account.
Yeah, so, as we take a look at it, where you do have a lot of the folks that are working remotely these days, obviously a lot of people just flip on the TV and be half distracted at most. What's the level of understanding with a lot of employers at this point about the tournament? Are most pretty forgiving?
Yeah, I'd like to think so. I think that everybody kind of recognizes that it's a different time now. And first of all, people can't just call in sick as easily as they used to. Calling in sick has ramifications these days. It's not a day off. You wind up having to go get a swab up the nose and you get sent to quarantine for a while. So that's not as appealing as maybe it once was. But I also think just the fact that everybody's working from home, or at least half of the people are working from home, that it's really an opportunity to, instead of kind of treating it like a subversive activity, to maybe embrace it, and view it as a way for people to connect. We've been looking for the last year for ways for our people to be engaged, to find ways for them to bond, and this might be an opportunity to actually use it to your advantage to create some fun and recreation.
Yeah, it's something I've been looking forward to, I think, more so than at any point previous, and part of it is you take a look at where we were a year ago. And the NCAA tournament being canceled was kind of like the first thing that I associated with the lockdowns. And so to have just the tournament being played, I think is kind of a cool deal. I mean, how are you from that standpoint in terms of optimism about where we go from here in the workplace?
Yeah, and I when I was kind of thinking back to last year, I had the same thought. There's no way they're going to cancel the tournament. I mean, there's too much money involved. There's too many people involved. Just the hassle of it, I can't even imagine. And then when they did that, it really brought a lot of that stuff home. And, I look at it like it's changed just like everything in our culture these days. And what it does from here, I don't know. But I do know that from a culture perspective in your organization, if you have an opportunity to do something that is different than the norm, that allows you to kind of stand out, allows you to embrace something unique, allows you to really connect with your people, then you should take advantage of it. I'm in the office today, and we've already got, even though it doesn't start for 45 minutes or 35 at this point, I've got it on the TV ready to go. And I know at times I'll look around, there'll be people just watching it, and that's okay. I think if any time other than this year, maybe you look at it differently, but right now it's okay. And I don't think it's going to have an impact on your productivity overall. I mean, They estimate that people spend about 6 hours of work time with the tournament, but we know it's been cut in half. So if you've got a couple of hours you're losing, probably in this day and age, you're going to live.
I can tell you that in a little more than a half hour across this state, productivity is going to dive. It would anyway because of the tournament, but with the Gators actually being the first game to tip today, that's going to take on a whole new meaning for a lot of folks. Joel, appreciate the time. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Brian. Take care.